All right, guys, in this video, we have Adam Kachuk, one of our clients that actually have closed over 6 figures in his first 3 months of working with us at Hassel Media. I'm going to go over the strategies that he used in order to get motivated sellers that are qualified, highly motivated, that need to sell, and how he actually built a pipeline to close over 6 figures in just 3 months. Now, we're going to go over 4 deals. These are and all of these 4 deals were actually from Facebook ads. He hasn't been running any Google ads just yet, and I'm going to go over the case study. A lot of these things are going to help you actually close deals whenever you're running ads from Facebook, Instagram, or even Google ads, because these are the same principles and processes that you need in order to close more deals. So I'm going over this case study where he actually turned that leads into $100,000 flips. And this is just one of the few deals, and he's done it a few times already, where leads that people couldn't convert, he actually converted. Why? Because he has every single skill set, mindset, and then ultimately effort to get this done. But the most important thing is that he gets the right motivated seller leads every single day. So we have created here 2 case studies in our YouTube channel at Hessel Media Agency TV. We're going to go over the entire success story, how the system works, how our system works, and break down the 4 deals, including the key metrics and KPIs, with the winning strategies and processes that he used and that we used in order to make this successful, and the lessons and the takeaways for other real estate investors like yourself. So right here, we have a few Google reviews, which, by the way, we just got to 100 Google reviews. He's part of one of them. And here are a few notifications of the deals that he's been getting, that we get notified every single time that he actually reports to us. So Adam right here, another one, deal locked up in California. And then look, this is in California, guys, one of the hardest markets to actually crack. But the key here is to actually know your client avatar, your audience, and how to speak with them, and then ultimately use creatives that really get their attention. And then here's a few images of him reporting to us his deals and the breakdown. So here's the snapshot of each one of the deals. Deal number 1, it was a flip, $100,000 plus flip. So the seller started with asking price of $275,000, and they negotiated $24,000 in a discount. They ended up acquiring it for $251,000, and the sale price is going to be about $360,000 to $400,000, depending on the market conditions at the time that they actually sell, right? So the profit, the projected profit, is a whooping $149,000 in profit for this flip. And the time to actually get this lead under contract was 2 days. Let me tell you a little bit about this story of this seller. And it's crazy because, one, the seller mom died and unfortunately had a reverse mortgage. And at the end, they needed to pay off the debt. But here's the crazier part. They actually were speaking with other real estate investors and buyers, and they couldn't really have a real conversation. They didn't really understand her. So based on the conversation that he had with this person whose mom died, this person actually felt understood, right? So there was an entire conversation where he was able to really get to that part where he felt 100%. She felt 100% comfortable with Adam, and then going through a sales sequence where he actually became a doctor in here and essentially diagnosed a solution in a specific offer for that person. He was able to actually get it under contract, and compared to all the other people that they have spoken with, like, he was the preferred solution, even though it was technically the same product. So here's Adam's process. He received the lead on a Saturday morning, and look, he actually was in a barbecue, and he just literally picked up the phone, called speed to lead within 2 minutes, and promptly contacted the seller. Despite the seller speaking with other potential buyers, the investor quick response and effective communication and good sales process led to securing the contract by Sunday. And the seller's urgent need to avoid foreclosure and the property condition made it unsuitable for the regular real estate market, facilitating the agreement. So what happened is this person was able to get on the contract real fast. And then because he brought a solution and applied urgency, but at the same time, full understanding and just diving deep, diving deep into the challenge where he found the gap. He was able to get on the contract compared to the other people. Deal number two. This was in Barstow, California. It was a mobile home, and it was and actually generated another referral, which is kind of crazy, right? So the numbers are like this: the seller asking price was $18,000, and the acquisition price was $15,000. Expected sales price is about $26,000, and the signing fee is going to be around 11.5 K. And I know that this is a mobile home, but it's still like the time to contract was about 2 weeks after the lead has been generated. The motivation ended up being health issues, and the distance made it hard to manage the property. The process was like this: the email lead was received by Facebook ads, all right, a long form that we gave to our client. And ultimately, there was an initial contact where the seller expressed motivation due to the health issues and long distance management struggles. Negotiation happened, originally 18K, secured it at 15K. They did some due diligence, basic inspection, and then ultimately, this client, Adam, knew that he needed to make money from obviously this deal, so he wouldn't really accept anything under $10,000. Now, sometimes you do need to have a standard of how much you accept, but in this situation, it was a mobile home, so it's a little bit different, right? At the end of the day, you want to get the most amount of that money per deal, because the way to scale your business is you get more deals, you get your clients to pay you more, so bigger deals, and you also get repeated customers. The assignment strategy ended up being an assigned at 26K, 26.5K to a preferred buyer list. And this was about two deals totaling about $160,000. He was spending about $4,430 on ad spend. Cost per lead around that area ended up being $210. Return on ad spend was $36,000. Pretty crazy, pretty good. So if you're in California and you think that this doesn't work with Facebook ads, you're wrong. You're just not. You just don't know how to do it. That's it. So here is how the campaign looked like. Again, $4,430, 21 leads that were $210, and then you being able to go through an entire sales process and having a proper motivated seller lead coming in. There shouldn't be a reason why you should not lock it up. A few winning strategies that he used. Number one is speed to lead. He called ASAP. In both occasions, he didn't take more than 2 minutes to actually call. Now, he stopped what he was doing and he called the lead, even if it was on the weekend. And yes, he was in a barbecue with his family, but he knew the responsibility that he has with these sellers. And he said it himself that if he didn't do that, he would have missed $100,000 in deals. And this is true. Like, sometimes you don't have what it takes. You're not willing to do the extra thing in order to get the extraordinary. But in order to become extraordinary, that's what you got to be able to do, the extra thing. So he called ASAP, even if it's the weekend or off hours. That's why you got to be able to use inside sales agents that help you, and AI systems that will help you get conversations, even if you're sleeping or like you're at your family vacation or whatever. But either way, like, you have to have someone assigned to do that. Okay, lock up appointments quickly before the competition. So an appointment is a marketed qualified lead. An appointment is a high intent seller that wants to actually put the time in their calendar and in your calendar to talk about the offer. So if you are disregarding appointments, and whenever you're generating leads, you don't have appointment. So if you're generating leads, you don't have appointments booked in your calendar, and it means that you're making it harder for yourself. When you book an appointment, you make people book an appointment. There's a higher intent, and then before the appointment, just send them a credibility package or a video that sells your company to them before they ever talk to you. But then qualify quickly, talk to them quickly, confirm the appointment, and make sure that they actually show up. The second thing is a strong first impression. So you build trust immediately and emphasize with the seller situation. Now, I like to actually follow something called NEPQ, neuro emotional persuasion questioning, which is something that we learned from Jeremy Miner and John Lalande in the REI space. This is a process and a skill set that allows you to actually get true conversations with sellers where you actually are helping them in an emotional level, because people are mostly going to go price based thinking or logic, but in reality is that people ultimately need the results, need a purpose, and then they make decisions emotionally at the end of the day. So that's what you got to be able to do. Be the most potential be the most professional yet relatable buyer that they speak with, and you're going to be able to like beat the competition every single time. Solve real problems. So dig the seller's real motivation for closure. Prove it. Here's where people actually miss out. You don't know how to probe. You don't know how to do Socratic questioning. Use a process and a skill set like NEPQ to help you get to that point. If not, you're gonna be thinking that seller leads from inbound marketing, from online marketing, from Facebook ads, whatever, they're not going to work. The truth is that you don't work because your process is flawed. Now, yes, some people definitely do have bad leads, and they have a very bad marketing machine because they don't talk. You're not talking with people that have a problem or that they're looking for a solution and that they're fully aware of this, and they're just sending you garbage. But with us, Hustle Media, that's not what it is. If you want to find out more, just click on the description below and let's book a call. Ultimately, tailor your offer as the solution, not just a price. Look, whatever it is that you do for your sellers, it has to be tailored to their current gaps. If you don't learn how to create an offer, a solution to their current gaps, you're going to miss out on opportunities. And the best investors know when to actually take down an opportunity when it's there, and they are able to be versatile enough, and then ultimately not be a one trick pony. Okay, position yourself as the only viable option. Explain why traditional sales won't work, and then ultimately how you have a high value proposition or a unique mechanism. You emphasize certainty, simplicity, and speed. Same day offers. So be ready to make an offer on the spot. Don't delay, but have the price first from the seller. This is a mistake a lot of people do, right? So if you are a price based thinking type of investor or consultant, your seller is going to be price based thinking. But if you position yourself to be results based thinking, then you're going to be able to now control the conversation, where now the most important thing is the result and the outcome that they're going to get from working with us. Then they're going to actually be the one selling the house to you, the idea of like selling to you, not the other way around, right? You want them to actually want it so bad that they actually give you the price. Okay. Use soft closes if needed. If I could, would you be open to? Whatever. All right. Key takeaways for wholesalers and investors. Persistency beats competition. He followed up crazy, even in the weekends. Being the only one still calling made him obvious choice when the seller was finally ready. Timing and urgency equals a deal. The seller didn't commit right away, but when the foreclosure got closer, urgency shifted everything. And Adam wasn't top of mind when the seller needed that fast solution. So a nurturing system is absolutely needed. If you take a look at our videos, I talk about how nurturing is part of this game. And if you don't have a full nurturing process, you're missing out a big piece of lead generation and conversion. Okay. Solve problems, don't just pitch price. Instead of trying to win on numbers, Adam positioned himself as a stress-free way out. And understanding seller's real pain point created trust and urgency to close. Again, dive deep into truly, truly understanding that seller. Make them open up. Like, don't just go for the price. Don't qualify the property. Qualify the actual person. Okay. And how we helped, obviously, direct to seller lead generation, better quality, not just quantity. After firing two agencies, Adam got two deals in a month with Hustle Media, literally, and he got a real return of investment, no fluff. Key takeaways: consistency built trust, and the seller was burned before, but Adam's persistency got the contract. Sometimes smaller deals are easiest wins. So low entry cost, fast timeline, and optional upside. So always be ready to dispo. have a display strategy that can be very versatile and dynamic to the point of understanding the seller's situation will help you actually be a better closer, because now you cannot be just a wholesaler cash offer person, but also understand that there's different ways to skin the cat, like aka learn other exit strategies. Okay, motivation matters. When a seller wants to walk away, your timing and empathy can turn hesitation into a contract. So next steps for Adam is ultimately create more video ads where we're going to actually create the scripts for him, so that it optimizes the campaign, punchy, creative, ultimately maybe a skit or something where it's a short form video. That's what we do a lot. All right. So if you're wanting to actually know how it's done, we also have a free Facebook ads course, that is actually going to be very helpful for you, or you can actually have us do the entire thing for you as well. Marketing and sales KPIs optimization with the client success coaches. What gets tracked gets improved, right? And the third thing is increasing daily budget by 20%, which means that we're going to continuously be increasing. If you take a look at our ROI calculator, you're going to understand that whenever we're getting deals, start getting traction, we need to reinvest back into the campaign. So this way, you're able to actually grow, and reinvesting back 20% every month, or sometimes 20% every week, depending on your target scaling numbers that you have, and then ultimately following a true marketing strategy. So look, this is the marketing strategy that we used in order for Adam to win. And I honestly, never share this with anyone, but I'm going to share it with you right now, right here. So this is the marketing operating system that we have in order to win. The first thing is that we got to set up a proper leverage of technology. So a beast lead management system. So making sure that your follow up, your nurturing system, your reactivation systems are in place, and you're actually getting people on the phone. The second thing is going to have a precise AI lead gen process, and some lead generation channel like Meta, Instagram, Facebook, Google, right? To ultimately attract motivated sellers. We do this with proper advertising, right? Short form funnels, and then proper targeting with the pixel, proper quiz funnel to have pain-based questions, asking pain-based questions to the sellers, and then ultimately activating them. And then we send them to a video sales letter where they actually will be pre-sold on your company. And a lot of people don't do this. Actually, no one does this. No one is actually sending them a credibility package before they actually speak with you, and therefore they don't trust you and they think that you're just like everyone else. And we have great offers that will actually differentiate yourself from the competition, apart from the great creatives. The next thing, it's going to be a speed to conversation. So great leads die with poor follow-up skills. So that means that we have to have some sort of labor intensive type of inside sales agent where we're going to do speed to lead, get them on the phone, book appointments, and do live transfers. And this is also combined with the CRM systems. And the pillar four is going to be conversion coaching or conversion optimization. What does that mean? So conversion optimization means that your sales process always needs to get better. Well, we actually use NEPQ, and NEPQ has helped us to actually get more deals on our contract. You can check out John Land YouTube channel. He actually puts a lot of really good stuff, or Jeremy Miner. All right, so here. So you have to have a framework for the discovery call and for the offer call. Make sure that you're actually setting up CRM opportunities in a well managed way, and have training with your acquisition team. Follow the big three: daily sales training, qualitative feedback on call reviews, and end of the day report with data tracking. Otherwise, it's going to be crazy. And do this every single day. Okay. KPIs for acquisition: make sure you track live calls, show rates, offers, contracts, and try to get a contract a day. All right. Aim for that. And the last thing is going to be able to use scale. So you scale by introducing more ad spend, all right, hiring people that will return time back to you, but do this in a systematic way where every single dollar will give you $4 to $5 back. and you know your cost per contract, you know your cost per deal. Once you do that, you can reverse engineer how much ad spend you need in order to get to that point. But you can't get to a optimized cost per contract if you don't close and you don't follow all the rest of the pillars. It's going to be impossible. So as long as you do that, you're going to be able to crush it. So if you like this video today and you learned a lot from this case study that we have about Adam Kutchuk, then I invite you to go to the description below. There's a link and a landing page that has a video that explains our system, and we'll be able to create a specific game plan for your business. So click on the description below. Also, let me know what you need help on, and I'll be more than happy to actually help you in social media or here in the YouTube channel. And also follow me for more, subscribe to this channel, hit that thumbs up, and then ultimately just share this with someone that also needs it. See you next time.